Stop paying for software. These 10 AI tools are completely free, and I am showing all of them right now. Most people think the AI revolution is getting too expensive. But in 2026, the gap between paid and free has never been smaller, if you know where to look. I've uncovered the tools that give you world-class power like GPT, -5 reasoning, massive 200K context windows, and AI-generated podcasts for exactly $0. Stop paying for what you can get for free. These are the 10 free AI tools you need to dominate 2026. Thoughts to attend.
The common wisdom is that as AI gets smarter, it gets pricier. That puts all the cutting-edge tools way out of reach for students, solo creators, or small businesses. You see those monthly subscription fees, and it's easy to think that's the only way to get real work done. But that's old news. Honestly, the gap between what you pay for and what you can get for free has gotten incredibly small. You just have to know where to look. So we're going to walk through 9 absolutely essential AI tools that give you a pro-level toolkit without costing you a single dime. Okay, let's start with the foundation, the bedrock. These first 3 tools are kind of like the big brains of the operation. They're your core engines for writing, brainstorming, and even coding. You'll probably end up using them for almost everything. And first up, of course, is the gold standard, ChatGPT. It's the go-to for a reason, right? It's just so intuitive and works as an amazing creative partner for everything from brainstorming ideas to drafting emails or summarizing a long article. Pretty much any text-based task you throw at it, it can handle. What you get for free with ChatGPT now is wild. You're getting the GPT-5 model right out of the box. And it's not just text anymore. It's a totally unified system. It can handle images, audio, and text all in the same conversation, seamlessly. Now, what's the catch? Well, you'll see some limits on its deep research feature, and you might hit a message cap when everyone's using it. But for your day-to-day stuff, it's an absolute powerhouse. Next up, if what you need is information that is super current and super accurate, you gotta be using Google Gemini. Think of it less like a creative brainstormer and more like your own personal genius research assistant who's plugged directly into the entire internet. And Gemini's free plan is seriously generous. You get 5 prompts a day on their heavy-hitting Gemini 2.5 Pro model, plus you can generate 100 images every single day. Because it's a Google product, it's amazing at pulling in real-time information from the web. And, this is huge, it always cites its sources so you can check its work. That makes it the undisputed champ for any research-focused task. All right, our third foundational tool is Claude, and its superpower is dealing with huge amounts of information all at once. If you need to break down a super dense document, find a bug in thousands of lines of code, or just summarize a massive report, Claude is the specialist you bring in. So the free version of Claude runs on the Sonnet model, which is fantastic, but its real claim to fame is its massive 200,000 token context window. It also has this really cool artifacts feature. It's like a separate little window where you can edit the code or document it's building for you in real time. The main downside? A pretty strict message limit, around 10 to 20 messages every 5 hours, so you have to make them count. So what the heck is a context window, anyway? You know, it's basically the AI's short-term memory. The bigger the window, the more stuff it can keep in its head while it's working on a single problem. To put Claude's 200K window into perspective, that's big enough for it to read an entire 500-page book and then discuss it with you, all in one go, without forgetting what was on page 1. It's a huge deal. So how do you choose? This little table here is your cheat sheet. For general, all-around creativity, you stick with ChatGPT. If you need current research with sources you can actually check, Gemini is your winner, no question. And if you're wrestling with a huge document or a giant codebase, Claude is in a league of its own. Just remember their limits: message caps for ChatGPT and Claude, and that daily prompt limit for Gemini. Pick the right tool for the job. Okay, so we've got our core thinkers set up. Now let's look at 2 specialized tools that are designed to help you find and understand information in a totally new way. These are your info-gathering experts. Are you tired of scrolling through pages and pages of search results? You need to meet Perplexity. It's not really a search engine, it's more of an answer engine. It's built to just skip all that noise and give you a direct, synthesized answer, with all the sources attached. On the free plan, Perplexity gives you unlimited quick searches, which is honestly perfect for most questions you have during the day. It just gives you a clean, simple answer with little footnotes that link right back to where it got the info. It makes finding what you need so much faster. The more powerful Pro search is limited, but for quick, reliable answers, the free version is amazing. Now this next one, Notebook LM, is kind of Google's secret weapon. It's for anyone who needs to really learn or synthesize information from their own stuff. It's like a personal AI that only works with the documents you give it, basically turning you into an expert on your own material. So here's why Notebook LM is so cool. You can upload your class notes, research papers, work reports, whatever. And not only can you ask it questions about them, but it can actually turn that material into a podcast-style audio discussion. I mean, come on, that's perfect for studying while you're driving or at the gym. Free users can make up to 20 of these audio overviews, which is an absolute game changer for learning. All right, we've covered thinking and we've covered researching. Now for the really fun part, making stuff. This last batch of tools gives you a whole creative suite to produce professional quality media. Everything from design and voiceovers to custom music and even video. I'm sure you know Canva, but a lot of people sleep on its free AI tools. The Magic Studio gives you access to things that can instantly create charts or product mockups. You even get a little bucket of credits to try out the premium AI features, like generating images or short videos. Sure, some of the heavy hitters, like the background remover, are for pro users, but the free version has more than enough firepower to make some seriously beautiful designs. When it comes to AI voices that sound like real people, 11 Labs is the undisputed king. Their free plan is surprisingly good. You get 10,000 characters a month, which works out to about 10 minutes of audio. But here's the most important part. Unlike almost all of their competitors, 11 Labs actually lets you download the audio files on the free plan. For creators who need high-quality narration, that is a massive, massive win. Need a custom soundtrack for your project? Check out Udio. It generates complete songs. I'm talking vocals, instruments, the whole shebang, from just a simple text prompt. The free plan is great, giving you 100 credits a month plus 10 extra ones every day. And get this, you can actually use the music you make commercially, even on the free plan, as long as you give Udio a shout out. And finally, for making video, we've got Runway AI. Now, it's important to think of the free plan here as more of a trial run. You get a one-time gift of 125 credits, which is enough to make a few short clips and play around with their text-to-video tools. It's awesome for experimenting, but just be aware that any video you export will have a Runway watermark on it. So let's just take a step back and see what we've put together here. We started with this myth that you need to pay a lot of money for great AI. But now you've got a whole interconnected toolkit that totally blows that idea out of the water. And that's really the big takeaway. You now have a complete workflow. You've got a foundational thinker for your ideas, a research engine for the facts, a study assistant to help you learn, and a full creative suite to actually make professional-looking content. You have everything you need to bring your ideas to life for free. At this point, the only thing holding you back is your own imagination. The tools are here, they're free, and they're more powerful than they have ever been. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build first?